All right, so we're going live for benefit of those persons who having internet problems and not able to join and so forth. So once again, I just want to take this opportunity to give God thanks for the success that we have. Okay, he's on now. All right. Okay, so our newest or only male student in the HSB class is on. All right, he's finally on. Okay, Mr. Bedward, welcome. Welcome, sir. All right. All right, so let us start our program. I'm going to take the student presentation first. And I saw your message, Miss Makeda. I saw it. I saw it. All right. So today we'll be looking at Amoy's presentation. She's not with us tonight because she has some bit of problem here. I think she's at work, so she won't be able to join us tonight. But of course, she'll have access to the lesson. So we're going to go straight to our student presentation right now. Give me a second there. 1 second, 1 second. Just looking for the presentation. Give me a second. All right, so this is Amoy's presentation. She did her presentation on the teeth. So let us listen to it. And of course, at the end of it, you can give your evaluation. All right, so let us go. It's just 4 minutes. And there. All right, let's go.
Evening. This is the model of my tooth and a little demonstration about the teeth, right? Our teeth is the strongest part of our body and they are made up of proteins, right? So we have 8 incisors, right? We have 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. So the incisors, they are located at the front of our mouth. They have sharp edges that helps to bite food. Whenever we eat something such as dumpling, the incisors helps to cut the dumpling. So this is how the incisors work. So 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. Now moving on to our canine, right? And this is our canine, right? Our canine are next to the incisors. As you can see, the incisors, and these are the canine. And we have 4 canine, which we have 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. The canine have sharp pointy surface which helps for tearing food. So the canine help for tearing food. And now to the premolar. The premolar, we have 8 premolar. right? 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. And the premolar, they are next to the canine, right? As you can see the canine here, so the premolar are next to the canine, right? So they have flat surface that helps for crushing and grinding food into smaller pieces so that they are easier to swallow. And for the molar, we have 12 molars, right? 12 molars. So 6 at the bottom and 6 at the tops. The molar, they are the strongest part of our body, the strongest part of our body, right? No, the strongest part of our teeth. Sorry about that. So the molar are the strongest part of our tooth. The large surface of the molar, it helps for grinding food. And there are also 4 wisdom teeth within the molar, and the wisdom teeth are the last teeth to come. And that is just a little demonstration of my teeth and how it works. Thank you for watching. I hope you do enjoy. Bye.
Wow. Any thoughts? Who's gonna go first? So this was Amoy's presentation. She's not able to make it with us tonight, but of course she will hear your thoughts on her presentation. So um, anyone want to go first? Mr. Bedward?
Yes, sir.
Want to give any thoughts about this is a student. Let me kind of bring it up to date to what we do. All right. So what we do is that when you do your assignments, each week, students are expected to do a video presentation of what they have learned. So say for example, in this case, she did something about the teeth. Another student last week did something about cardiovascular diseases. And a week before, Makeda, I mean several videos. So the point is that I expect students to make videos just to express themselves and also fortify the information as well. All right. Good.
Yes.
But somebody from YouTube said they like. I don't know who's the person responding. Um, Kim Marx said they like the teeth. It's real. Yes. So soon get to the artwork. But so you're expected though to do a video presentation. You don't necessarily have to do a video presentation. You can actually do the video presentation. You can actually turn on your webcam and do your presentation. All right. So as Makeda was responding on the YouTube channel. Okay. So come next week. Well, I'll give you time, but I'll tell you what will be the next presentation. Your first lesson though would have been based on nutrition and digestive system. So if you when you have to do the first lesson and submit it, you're expected to do a video on the digestive system. So for all the systems, you must create a video presentation. I'll tell you what you're expected to put in that video. I don't want any, you guys don't have a sentence, it's just a model right there. All right, Makeda, that's getting excited. It is just a model right there. And the labels. I would have preferred though that there's no label, but you just call it. Reason for that, when you look at previous past papers, you recognize that they give you the diagrams or the drawings of various structures, and you're expected to identify them and also give their function. Follow what I'm saying? Joanne? So you pronounce the first name, right? Joanne, right? Mr. Bedward? Sir Bedward? Your mic is muted here. Your mic is muted. All right. So if you hear me, this is basically what um, we are looking for in the presentations. All right. Now, Makeda says, of course, um, she liked the teeth presentation. It's real. And of course, she's clapping for the presentation. All right. Very good. Any other thoughts, Nastasia? Finish eating it? Nastasia or Shernet? I don't know if I can call on Miss Nelson, no? Any thoughts on the video, on the lesson? I hear from Makeda. Anybody else?
Good night.
Good night,
Are
Shernet.
you
Go ahead.
hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, apart from her leading it, I actually love everything about it. I love the diagram, and it actually looks real. Such a love
Looks
about
real.
it. It was good,
Okay.
short and spicy and good.
Okay. All right. Short and spicy and good. Okay, good. Thank you. Anybody else? Anyone else? All right. Okay. So again, it reinforces the point. Um, okay, Makeda says it's very realistic for true. Yes, it is. I don't want I believe she used soap. I don't know. It looks like a soap right there. I really don't know. But when you see Amoy next week, you can ask her, right? Okay. Now the essence of these presentations, I will just say it again, is to ensure that you are fluent with the content, right? So you could have heard her expressions that she was basically speaking in her own words, which is very good, right? And that is what I want. When you write your responses to the exam questions, you're able to sound just as fluent as you are when you're doing the presentation, because that is very important. All right. Okay, so let us get to the lesson for today. All right, so today do a little bit of research. Just a bit of research. All right. All right. So let's look at our first set of past paper questions. So you can do the research, you can Google it if you wish, not a problem. So please to write the questions down. Write these questions down in the notebooks quickly. When you finish writing, you can do the research and we discuss the answers. All right. So the first one, the Caribbean region often experiences outbreaks of dengue. And now we're experiencing outbreaks of, well, I don't know if it's outbreak, but COVID. And of course, sometimes malaria. Last week, we look at vectors. Good. Cannot see it good? Okay. I'm kind of reading it. It looks pale. It looks pale. So the first one is the Caribbean region often experiences outbreaks of dengue and sometimes malaria. And you're supposed to name the vector that transmits dengue and malaria. So you can Google that one first for 2 marks. Let me know what your answers are. You can put your answers in the chat. Anybody phone the answers yet?
Sir,
Yes, yes, Makeda, go ahead.
I did not Google it.
Okay, all right. Can try give me the
Um,
answer. Mhm.
alright. The egg, the size mosquito, sir.
Yes. That's correct. That's correct. The pronunciation. But it's a good thing they don't mark it for you pronounce the word, eh? All right. Okay, so that's how it's spelled for those who need to spell it. All right. Now, there's a bit of information about this mosquito itself. Of course, it's also responsible for it's actually called rather the yellow fever mosquito, right? Now, some persons will just write mosquito, but you can't write mosquito. You have to write the name of the mosquito. Good. Now, from last week class, remember the term vector is any organism or thing or place or person rather that carries the virus or bacteria. So this particular mosquito carries the virus that causes the disease called dengue. All right, very good, Makeda. What about malaria? Anybody found that one or knows it? All right, so somebody put the answer here. Okay, all right. Folks, are you searching for the answers?
Sir,
Yes, go ahead,
I'm not
Nastasia.
feeling that like the entire period.
What you call it?
I'm not feeling something, sir. We can't call already.
Anopheles.
Yes.
When you search with the Google, you just click on click on the way you call it again. The speaker, pronounce it for you. All right, sure. I call the name for you. Malaria. That's the name of
Yes.
the disease. All right, so it is spelled Anopheles. Anopheles. All right. Remember, PH is sound like F. Good. All right. So those are the two vectors and 2 marks. All right. So it's name the vector that transmits dengue, dengue, and malaria, malaria. All right. So you have that in your notebook. Now the second part of the question states the organism that causes malaria is a plasmodium. Good. The organism that causes malaria is a plasmodium. Now, this is just a bit of information given by the examiner. Let me write that name properly. It looks pale. Mhm. All right. Now, if you're in the exam and you read that bit of information, is there a word in that sentence would have caused you in a bit of problem? Let me know. And what is that word?
What can say?
Eh?
Repeat. Repeat.
Now I'm saying, after reading that bit of information that is given, is there a word there that would have caused you any problem? Hmm? Anybody know? If you read the sentence, what word do you think you need to know the meaning of?
Plasmodium.
Plasmodium. Okay. All right. What's the meaning of that word?
The parasite.
It's a parasite. Good.
Mhm.
It's a parasite, right? Huh? Come again. Go ahead. So it's a parasite. So the question that comes out of that bit of information now, name the organism that causes dengue. So if you're doing a research, you could say name the parasite or the parasitic organism rather that causes dengue. So you want to name that parasite. Come, look for the answer, please. Research night tonight. So all those persons who love to Google, when they get their assignment, they have a chance tonight to Google. Right, Nastasia? Right,
Don't know.
Nastasia?
I
Eh?
don't
Wait,
know.
where that one go? No, you go.
I don't know.
What you say?
Sir, a dengue virus are different thing.
You say virus is the answer?
Dengue
Dengue
virus.
virus.
Yeah.
And they say malaria. Oh, well, say, wait. Dengue virus. Is it two words or are we looking for one word?
One word.
So you can't say dengue virus. So
Dengue.
what's the answer? What's the answer? Remember, you can research, because you never do this before.
Okay.
Mm. The answer is actually a virus. The virus, all right?
Okay.
The answer is the virus. All right. No. Next question. Can somebody read part 3 for me, please?
So I cannot see.
You're not seeing it?
No, sir, I can't see that.
Hold on. You seeing the screen or you're not? You can't see. Um, Mr.
Cannot
Bedward.
see.
Mr. Bedward,
Yes, sir.
can you read this one for us, please? Part 3 right here.
State 2 signs or symptoms of dengue.
Okay, then. So Mr. Bedward saw it.
We never see that. Sir.
Oh, all right. Research for me, please. State 2 signs or symptoms of dengue. So whenever you're studying diseases, ensure that if you have a picture, all right, I'm going to show you something after we finish this part.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
nausea,
Nausea, yeah.
aches and pain. For
Aches
example, in the
go ahead.
eye,
Yeah, hold on, take your time now. All right, all right.
Mm.
Nausea, aches and pain.
Yes.
For example, you're giving an example, right?
Pain. Eye
What was
pain
that?
behind the eyes.
Pain behind the
Eye
eye,
pain. Yeah.
eye pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
Muscles
pain behind the
and
eye. And,
mm-hmm.
anything else?
Muscles and joint
Huh?
pain. Muscles and joint pains.
Muscles and joint pain. Okay. Okay. Any other?
Sir, vomiting and rush.
Vomiting
Fever.
and hold on. Pronounce your first name again for me. Joanne, right?
Yes, sir.
I got it right. Good. Yeah, you said vomiting and
Rush.
rash. Okay. All right. Good. Anything else? You were saying something, Nastasia? What about sharing
Nothing.
it? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I
All
was
right.
saying fever.
You were saying what?
Fever.
Fever. Okay. Well. That goes without saying. That one goes without
It's
saying.
an infection, sir. So normally a person has a slight infection or so they must
Yes.
be.
I know that fever is just one way of of informing you that your immune system is actually working. So it's a message. The fever is actually a message indicating to you that some foreign um personnel, I would want to say, it's a living thing in your body. So you have to do something about it. It needs help, right? The immune system need help when you have that fever. Actually, all of them, everything are messages from the immune system. Good.
Headache. Mm.
What was that?
Headache.
Headache. All right.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So we could just keep that list going. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of one of these mosquitoes. And know that when we do the classes, my focus is on how you study. Because, all right, you just did your research, you were able to give me these answers. But what happens when you get into the exam? Some persons might not recall it. But how you study will determine how your brain stores the information and enables you to respond when the exam comes. Because another person says, sir, when I study, never come on the exam. How you correct that situation? Let me show you how you correct it. 1 second here. Uh, all right. Now, so here is a picture of everybody seen the picture? Everybody seen the picture? Everybody on some of
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yes,
Thank,
sir.
thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
All right, you know. So when you're studying,
Yes.
it is good to have a picture of the thing that you're studying. You know what I mean? If you can't draw, you print it. And it's good to have it, right? You have to print it in color, you can print it in black and white, but make sure you have a picture there. Now, this picture is just a still picture of what's happening in real life. And we have this mosquito, could be the Aedes or the Anopheles, whichever one. But we recognize that when this mosquito itself, it went and bite or bit another individual who probably had the virus, dengue virus, and then they come now and bite you. But when they come and bite you now and feeding on you, at that point they are transmitting the virus into your blood. Good. So, but when you're studying now, what do? You have a picture. Just like when you saw Amoy with the video, and she had that model in front of her, and she's just talking about it. Same with the picture. You have the picture in front and you just write about it. You give the mosquito a name. Bam. Because obviously, the natural thing for you to do is to identify the thing. It's totally natural. So having a picture allows you to do natural things. To identify the picture, the name of the mosquito. Good. You can have another picture of someone. Let me show you how you can make your notes more simpler and more effective. Let's look at another picture. Let's look at it. Let me see. All right. So this might not be cause. Don't think that yes, it's that's how you're going to feel the giant pain or whatever. But let's use our imagination a bit. Eh? So let's imagine that this was the person that the mosquito bit. So your second picture would evidently show a sign or a symptom. So when you align the pictures together, you're saying, okay, this mosquito bit this person. This is what happened. Am I making sense to you guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Okay.
Good. So the second picture now would indicate the sign or symptom. So as you see, so when you're in the exam, your brain tend to recall pictures easier than words. You understand? Or actions than words. So don't study without pictures, study with pictures. Right? Make the information more concise. Right? And it causes your mind, it causes you to use more of your cognitive ability. And the more you use, is the better your understanding. Follow now? Good. So this person's experiencing some back pain. You just mentioned that a while ago. Right? Now the next question, and you can get pictures of the different symptoms and you have them there. Now the next question is, by the way, I gave you guys a copy of the text structures. I hope you have been using them. Makede, start using it yet? And company. Hope you have been using these text structures that I gave you last week. Now, the next question says, identify one method of preventing the spread of dengue. And of course, you can look for a picture of that too. So use pictures. When you're going to write your answers to in the worksheets, look for some pictures that relate to the answers. And then you can build your response based on that. Right? So let's look at a picture this one. How to prevent. I could write preventing spread of dengue. All right, so here's a picture. No, they are showing it here. All right. Now I want you now to tell me, what is this picture telling you? What is this picture actually saying to you? Anybody? What's the picture saying to you?
Sir, this look like everything.
It causing from the breathing of mosquitoes.
Everything.
Wait, hold on.
Breathing
Nas-
sites.
hold on. Let's give Shirley the chance to talk. We hardly if I'm sharing it. Go ahead, Shirley. Answer Shirley. Go ahead. Shirley, turn off your mic. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Mm.
Or it's causing from breathing sites.
Breathing sites.
Waters.
Good. So you saw a quick Shirley jump. Boom. Breathing sites. Quick as that. So if you're in the exam and you try sit down, the tie your stomach, try to remember everything. You just go and draw something and say, oh, so these are breeding sites. Now, if it's a preventing the spread of dengue, what would we have to do then? One method, what would we have to do?
Sir, get rid of all of the breeding sites.
Amen. You see, simple, common sense.
I'm
Right?
sorry, sir, you know how the picture looks, sir? It just look like them something is in there, like oil or something, whatever, so that the mosquito afraid to go in them places.
Okay. All
So you know how
right.
the picture look.
All right. But one simple response, get rid of the breeding sites. That's what they tell you. Good. So if you have containers like the drum and the tire and so forth, you have to fill up the tire with dirt or you cover the drum to ensure that there's no breeding sites. Get rid of the breeding sites. Simple. One mark. Get rid of the breeding sites. One mark. Good. And of course, from time to time, the government asks people to go around and that smoking, the white smoke keep coming out, the truck driver and spray the smoke, smoking.
Sir,
That's the term. Huh? Come again, that's
that doesn't make no sense.
what you call it?
So that does not make any sense because it not run no mosquito.
Okay, all right. All right, good. So again, pictures are so powerful. So it tells you what the breeding sites are. And once you know what the breeding sites are, then the only natural response to preventing mosquito bites, of course, spread of dengue, is to get rid of the breeding sites naturally. That's why when they come to your house, they check to see if you if you have any area that in the yard that will set up as breeding sites, and they advise you to get rid of them. Simple common sense. Huh? All right, so let's move on. Let's get back to our presentation. Okay, dokie. All right, so let's get back here. All right, so this was based on Nastasia's presentation last week. All right. So would somebody read the question for me, please? Would somebody read the question for us, please?
State 2 cardiovascular disease that occur as a result of poor diet and explain how these diseases develop.
Okay, good. So state 2 cardiovascular diseases that occur as a result of poor diets and explain how these diseases develop. Go ahead. Your research if you wish. Anastasia, you have the answer. It was your presentations last week,
Sir,
Yes.
heart attack
Heart attack. Okay.
and stroke.
And stroke. Okay.
Mhm.
So you are saying that heart attack and stroke are related to poor diet? So you say,
Fairly.
huh?
What is
All
it,
right.
sir?
Okay. Heart attack and stroke. Okay. All right. So tell us now, anybody know any other another two? Anybody know another two?
Sir, diabetes and
Well,
hypertension.
diabetes is not really a cardiovascular disease as such, but I would use
Okay.
hypertension. I would use hypertension.
And oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So question then now. Um, question: how these diseases develop? And I want hold on. I want each person. If you have an idea, you can research it for yourselves too. You can research it and then paraphrase what you research if you had researched it. Now, why paraphrasing? How helpful is paraphrasing? Now, if you can paraphrase, it suggests that you understand what you read. So you don't just write down what you are reading or what you read, but you paraphrase it. So in other words, you're not going to use all the words, you use your own words. Summarize what you saw. Make sense? So do research. And each person take time and write their response in the chat. And then I will read out and we'll discuss if you're on the right track. Heart attack is one of them, you know. Heart attack is one of them. And the cause of the diseases are common. How it's developed. I'll show you a strategy, but I want to hear yours first. And one disease of the heart. Okay, so Nastasia says high blood pressure cause when a person intake more salt than the body required. Okay, so you're looking at the diet, all right. So that is Nastasia's response. High blood pressure. This one is caused by when a person consumes more salt than the body needs. Okay, but else, but what you gave me was just a cause, really, not necessarily how it develops. how the disease develops. So give it a few minutes. Okay, so Shirley says not getting enough physical activities. Okay. All right. So we're looking at causes. Not it's a sedimentary lifestyle, not getting enough physical activities. Okay. Anybody else? That's Shirley's response. Anybody else? All right. So Joanne says bad eating schedule or cycle. Okay. All right. So these are some causes. All right. These are some causes. There are some causes. All right. All right. So we got 3 responses. All right. Now I'm going to show you a little technique when you're answering questions of this nature. Now the word "oh" speaks to it's answering. The word "oh" is a form of adjective, somewhat, right? Or adverb, adjective. So you're supposed to describe how the disease developed. And remember when I showed in the syllabus last week that when you're describing something for HSB exam, they said they could use an appropriate combination of a diagram and words or a drawing with words, annotated diagram or annotated drawing. So I could do a little drawing. I'm no perfect artist, but try the thing. And then I'm going to draw somebody. This is a chair. And then the person is seated around the chair. And they are eating a big fat round burger. Let's say that. Eh? So it's the big burger bread. So the poor diet. Now, when that person consumes the burger, what happens? Now, in this burger, and based on what you guys said before, bad eating schedule, not enough exercise, excess salt intake, etc. However, I would now draw a blood vessel. I draw a blood vessel. All right, NASTA is unhealthy eating. Okay, same thing, body eating schedule. Now, so I'm drawing some stuff now. You know. This is the person's artery. Good. And then I could draw a picture of a person. The same person right here. As I say, I'm no perfect artist. He's holding his chest. So he's feeling some form of chest pain, right? Some form of chest pain. I could write something, you know, experiencing chest pain. as simple as a seat. You can write, do these things. If you're a visual learner, you can practice to write your answers in drawings. Chest pain. What caused that now? Now this now is the what? An artery. Now, so we're seeing what starting from cause and the result of unhealthy eating, bad eating schedule, too much intake of salt. All of what you mentioned is right in this picture right here. But no, this is a healthy artery. Good. Let's say it's healthy. But the unhealthy one now, I'm going to borrow Anastasia for a second. Ready, Anastasia? Anastasia, you ready? You're going to tell the class what is happening right here. What is happening right?
Plaque building up in the artery.
Amen. 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 Amen.
Example, like the pipeline, the kitchen sink.
Okay. You see now? Hold on, Nastasia, hold on. I deliberately call upon you for a reason, you know. It's to show the class the effect of making these videos. And you're quickly to remember what you said, exactly what you said. The same example you use, a pipe. See? So you're going to know, and you see the picture comes right back to your mind. Plaque build up. Good. See, none of you mentioned this in your responses, you know, but I'm drawing. Now, what you must understand is that there are stages of events. So when you're going to be talking about how the disease developed, the key word is develop. That simply means it passing through a series of related events. So you must be able to start off with a series of related events. Because, so your first sentence would say unhealthy eating. First, unhealthy eating. And you might want to elaborate a bit. Person might be eating late, too late. They could say not enough physical exercise, all of the same, come in the same sentence, same paragraph. Good. So if the person eats and just keep eating, not exercising, and you said too much salt intake. But all of that now leads to then. So say firstly, that's remember, first. Then next, there are some keywords that you use when you're writing the responses. First, secondly, plaque starts to what? Build up in the person's what? Artery. Then, or thirdly, depending on the number of events. So first, you mentioned what you mentioned before, the poor diet. Good. Or not enough exercise. Then you move into what now? Second, fat, plaque, build up. Now, when the plaque starts to build up, what is going to happen right here? What is going to happen? What is happening right here when the plaque starts to build up? What happens in the artery when the plaque starts to build up?
Sir, blood limit.
Blood what?
Blood flow into limit.
The blood flow is going to what? Limit.
Sir.
Yes. Limit.
Black artery.
Black artery. All right. So say Sharon learned from last week's lesson too. Black artery. You see the video now? The video important, you know? It's important. Black artery, but we don't reach a black artery yet. Sharon, it's what happened before that. Because when the artery gets blocked, that is caused by what? Some form of thrombosis. We don't reach it yet. There's something that happened before that. What happens before that? What condition happens before that? Yes, Nastasia.
Let me just the blood flow limit.
And what causes that? When the blood flow
The,
is limited, you mentioned the name in your response earlier. There's a condition that takes place.
now would I get heart attack, sir?
No, you don't get heart attack yet. The last part.
When the blood flow limit.
You mentioned the word, you know. It's 2 words. Hypertension.
Oh.
Hypertension. But
Okay.
as the but if the condition goes without being treated, what happens eventually? There's an A word that is very hard to pronounce. About the A word? What know the A word? Yeah, go ahead, Shernet. Yeah, go ahead, Shernet. I'm here. Shernet, go ahead.
Oh, I said heart attack.
No, not heart attack. Yes, yes, Makeda. Pronounce the word for us, please. You just said it. Go ahead. Makeda.
Arteriosclerosis. You hearing me?
Yes, man, that word. Arthrosis, that word there. All right. But what's the description of the condition?
Sir, arteriosclerosis.
All right, that's correct. That is correct. So you move from hypertension to that one that you just mentioned a while ago. Good. So you move from hypertension to that one, that A word there that was just mentioned. Hope you heard what you said. Good. But what is that? What is that name describing? What really happens? The artery begins to get what? More narrow, the narrowing of the artery. So move from hypertension to the narrowing of the artery.
No.
So if it goes untreated, I'm going to share that response now. Then there's going to be a what we call it, eruption or a fracture. And then the blood clots start to build up now. Here it is now. The blood clots start to build up. And then now, as Shernet says, we have what? Blockage. Good? Blockage. So no blood can flow at all. Thrombosis, thereby thrombosis. You hear the word now? Thereby thrombosis. And then now, all of that now is going to lead to one of the 2 diseases mentioned. Heart attack
Stroke.
or stroke. So you see the development now from the diet to what happens in the artery and the end results. That's why you write it. So you could even draw that picture and they just put a scribble 1 or 2 sentences, get the full marks. Am I making sense? Okay. Making sense to you, Joanne? Joanne?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So yes, the exam allows you to draw or you put appropriate words. You can even use an arrow. And then you describe, you put your arrows. I say what this is all about, unhealthy eating habits, no exercise, right? List them right there. Then now you speak about what takes place here, hypertension, atherosclerosis, then blockage, then bam, argument done. All right? Okay. So whenever you might be saying that, sir, for your worksheets, can I do the same thing? Of course. But you might wonder how you're going to draw on the computer. You could take a picture of your drawing and insert it on your whatever you're typing the answers on. So if you want to draw, I want you to do some of that. Do some of the drawing for me. I can't draw somewhere. If you notice I can't draw somewhere, I do have to think. Right? You can draw a stick man like me. You know what I mean? Or a stick woman. And just draw a thing. I want to see I want you to express your responses in drawing as well. It's called visual literacy. And that's what I use to teach the students. Visual literacy. So if you read something, you draw a picture of what you read. If you look at a picture, you write a few sentences or so about what you saw. That's what I wanted to practice doing. So if you're going to give me some answers, I want to see some drawings. Try it. And write a sentence or two. You're going to see how it flows. All right? Good. So let's move on. All right. So we'll finish up. This is a continuation of the question. Can somebody read that for me, please? Any readers? Any readers?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
It's okay.
Abuse and
Who's going to read? Okay, go ahead, Makeda. Go ahead.
okay.
So Peter is obese and has developed type 2 diabetes. His doctor says that even though his body is producing insulin, the insulin receptors are resistant to insulin. Suggest two signs or symptoms that Peter may be experiencing and two ways that Peter could manage the disease.
All right. Now, who did the video for this one? Who did the video for this one? Nobody remember who did the video for this one?
That read.
Listen, Anastasia.
Press that read.
So the right person to read it, right, Anastasia? Okay, Makeda did the video for this one. What did Makeda use in our video? Say if you remember.
Purple something.
On purpose something.
Yeah.
And what else you use? Describe it. What it look like to?
Well fat and short.
No, but what things does it look like?
What it look like?
All right. So Peter Gates she had used sweet carvings and you're telling me say science. Oh, Peter Gates giving us the answer. The science is sweet cravings and tiredness. All right. Thank you very much for that, Peter Gates. Peter Gates giving us some answers to the question. But before we get to that though, good. Wow. 1 second. All right. Now, but before I get to that response, I just want you to recognize the reasons or reason behind my requests of these presentations. Because these very same presentations is what you're going to record when it comes to the exam. You never know that this question was coming. And here it is. You could even remember the person who actually did the video. And if you remember the person who did the video, you will also recall what was the content of the video. And bam, it's your answer. So very, very important that you do your presentations. There was I guess somebody who had watched the live, just give me a little break. Because stories are important, just to motivate you. Good. Now, if you were watching the live, what we did last week Saturday with our celebration activities, one of the candidates said she didn't know anything about biology when she came to the class. But she made all her different models and she used them. And the old lady, she's an old lady. Yeah, she's an old woman. Got a grade 2 for HSB. So don't take it for granted when I tell you to make these things. Even if you don't do the presentation, make them and use them while you're studying. It's called use of knowledge. All right? Very important. Now, so just by when you read that, it was easy for you now to recall the video presentation because exactly what she showed you in the video. That's exactly what I showed in the video. All right, so Makeda says, take his insulin on time and do physical exercises. I guess she's referring to managing diabetes. All right, so let's get to the signs and symptoms now. It says suggest. It says suggest. Now, when the word suggest in the syllabus, it gives you points for use of knowledge. So when you see the word suggest, you make sure you answer the question here. I give you points for use of knowledge. All right. So just 2 signs or symptoms that Peter may be experiencing and 2 ways that Peter could manage the diseases. So I guess Peter Gay was saying for signs, sweet cravings and also tiredness. All right, good. All right. Now, Makeda is now saying frequent urination, loss of weight, losing weight. Those are other signs or symptoms. Anybody have any? Anybody? So let me write some of them on the board. Oh, sorry about that. And we're going to save some of these possible questions for next week because time is upon us. Let's write some of them. So tiredness, frequent urination, losing weight loss, this is a few. And just a suggestion, eh? Good. Managing the diabetes. How do you manage this diabetes? And I think Makeda says taking the insulin on time and do physical exercises. Is there another way you could manage diabetes? Anybody else? How could you manage diabetes? All right, so Peter gives a change diet, shares a proper diet. No, that is too vague. Those responses are too vague. They're too vague. When you say change diet, what? Change it from ice cream to lollipop? Can't answer change diet. That is too vague. Be more specific. Healthy diet? What is a healthy diet? A man thinks of him eat chicken and rice and peas is healthy diet. That's for him. And vegetable.
No, eating the right amount of food,
Eating
from the different food groups in the correct proportion.
No, that's better now, Peter Gay. Oh, it was too long for you to type it. Okay. All right. No, that's better now. That's better now. Good. All right. So Makeda says do regular checkup. All right, fine, fair enough. Now, I was at church one day, and this China doctor says, the cure of the disease. The cure of the disease is in the cause of it. So I believe in managing the disease. You have to refer to the cause as well. Now, glucose content. So I would talk about reducing starch. You understand? Reducing the food that would have somewhat result in glucose being there. So I would think of reducing starch. You follow? Right? I would think of, when you talk about diet, I would include some of the foods that they could eat, like pumpkin. You can eat pumpkin. A person who's diabetic can feed on pumpkin
Sir, and chocho.
and chocho
Sweet
Yeah.
potato is also good.
and sweet potato. Good, right? Yeah, show the people them so they know something. Maybe they teach them a thing or two, they probably don't even know, right? So don't be afraid. It's a suggest. So when you're talking about change of diet, you must mention what? What? Give them some idea, right? All right, very good. I think we're going to call it a day here now. You have seen for yourself what exam questions are like. Um, you have also seen where it is important to do these presentations. Let me end this PowerPoint here. Do these presentations. And you can see how the presentation itself relates to questions in the exam. Good. You have seen it for cardiovascular disease. You come and see it for diabetes. So, as we end this class, we normally ask to evaluate. So, Joanne, you're a new student on the block. So, could you give us your thoughts about tonight's class? Mr. Bedward? Open up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thought you went bed. I thought you actually was leaving out your name right away with the word bed. Okay, go ahead now. All right, give us your thoughts about tonight's class.
Well, it was good. It was helpful.
Why you say it was good?
Um, because I enjoyed it and it was helpful because now I know another way to study, another way to help me study. Because
Okay.
it get really easy.
All right, good. Thanks. So I hope you implement it and you can give us a feedback on the progress so far. All right, very good. All right, so we got to Peter Gay. Give us your thoughts. Peter Gay? I know you're multitasking, but give us your thoughts. Go ahead, thank you.
Yes, the class was very informative and I learned a few things.
Okay.
And
Alright.
the video presentation that was done by Natila.
No man, that's
Right.
no, that was Amoy. Amoy did that one too.
Amoy. Okay, that presentation, I really enjoyed it. Well, I wasn't hearing everything, but what I heard, it was very informative, and the actual picture, it looks real.
Okay. All right.
So kudos
Okay, good.
to her.
I can bust a secret. I can bust a secret. Open she ears, she should not get vexed. She's actually a skillful artist. She's good at art and craft.
Okay. That's
Yes.
nice.
So Peter Gay, you know, somebody can lean on when they need certain things, eh?
Right. Because
Oh,
I don't have that artistic thing about me, you know. Don't have
okay.
this. Yes.
Good. So you have the chart person, Nastasia. You have
Okay.
the electronic design and all those things from Makeda. I have the art. Yeah, well, we have all the artists in your room, you know. That's the artist. We want to see what Mr. Bedwell will come with, right? Right, sir? When he make his models, right? Good. All right. Let's go to Shernet. What's your thoughts? And I must say something about Shernet tonight. I like the participation tonight. It was you contributed more tonight, and that's very good. Keep it up. Yeah, go ahead, Shernet. Give us your thoughts on tonight's class. Keep it up. Sure.
Okay, yeah, I like that I actually participated as well in the class because I'm really not a talkative person, especially around strangers. So I really like how, I was involved. And as usual, class is okay. I enjoyed it and I learned a few things.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So down to Nastasia. How's class for you tonight?
Sure, class with me was okay. I learned some new things. So whatever I've learned, I jot them down. So I'm gonna just keep them and go and read up so I can learn more or become a better picture reader.
Okay. Better picture reader. Okay, I like that one. Okay, good. Makeda Maxwell, go ahead. You have inspired persons, Miss Maxwell. So go ahead, Miss Maxwell. How was tonight's class? Your mic is muted. Maybe she's writing an epistle. All right, so as Makeda prepares her response, I will be sending you I went to the exam office tonight, but let me end the stream now. This is not actually a part of it. Oh, so Makeda was giving us some answers on the YouTube chat. So she's in between Zoom and here. Says she says, now I know some ways to answer. So she knows how to answer some questions. And she says, yes, class was good. And I learned a few things as well that include answering questions. All right, good. So we have a lot to give God thanks for. All right, since my kid is there, I'll just think. Now, the exam, and this one, the information I'm giving you now, you'll hear it a second time, but I have to give it all the students. I think we know that two persons would not have made it today. That's Amoy and Marsha. It's 10 of you in this class. It's supposed to be 8, but as you can see, it's not 8 persons coming all the time. All right. I don't know what happened to Georgette tonight. I don't know what happened to Anita tonight. Maybe they're having internet issues. All right. So let's hope that they'll be able to come next week's class. All right. So if you're doing one subject, your total is looking at $10,485. Yes, I saw it, my kid. I saw it. Your $10,485. That's for one subject for exam. That is, and that's as if you're going to be. Here it is. Read from the paper here. Got it today for May, June 2022 exams. All right. Now, if you're doing a practical exam, the lab practical fee for biology physics is $3,020, and the chemistry one is $3,625. So you have to add that to the fee for one subject. If you're doing two subjects, it's $14,445. Doing three subjects, it's $18,405. And if you're doing four subjects, is $22,365. I don't know if anybody doing 5 or 6, but that is the figure. You'll hear it again. As I said, I have to send a posting to everybody. And if these fees, the deadline for these fees is around Friday, November 26th, 2021. We as a small group school can get you an extended time, but not too much of an extended time. If we're the ones collecting the fees on your behalf, then you cannot give it to us on Friday. You have to give it to us at least a day in advance, because we have to do the paperwork, put everything together, and then send it off to the Overseas Examination Commission or council, whatever they call themselves, etc. So those are the figures. I did do a projection before, and here it is now. As I said, the small group collection will be a little bit less, because what happens is that they tend to collect in that postal fees. All right, they collect postal fees in that. All right. Okay, so that's a wrap for us tonight. I thank you very much for making it to classes. Please encourage your. Listen, Anastasia. Okay, and please try and find some time to do your assignments. I have received assignments from Makeda, Amoy, and so I need. Okay, Anastasia. All right, so that's it for tonight. You may leave and have yourselves a good weekend and a good night. And we are having community guest day. My church is having community guest day this weekend. So I'll be sending the YouTube link in the chat. Feel free to attend. All right. You're all invited to the community guest day. All right. That's it. Have yourselves a good night. Oh, and one more thing before you go, though. One more thing. Sharon, it will hear it on the live. I will be giving you your respective codes for live worksheets. So you can go on the CDP books and you'll have work there for you to be done in class. So some of these, so some questions will be there for you to answer in class. All right. So that's it. Take care. Have yourselves a good night.
All right, same to you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Joanne. Okay, good night. All right. Joanne, bed what?
Sir, about
Hold on, Makeda.
mathematics and
Hold on,
computation,
hold on,
sir.
Makeda, hold on. Joanne, are you there still?
Yes, sir.
Remember to join the WhatsApp group here.
Okay, sir.
All right, cool. All right. Yes, Makeda, what were you saying? Makeda, what were you saying? Sister Makeda?